streaming. We're live from downtown Mill Bay. Okay. I should probably demo it. Do we have the other piece? See how that does. Video. Nope. Ew. Excellent. Live from downtown Mill Bay. And okay. What is that doing? That's not what I want.
Oh,
That's not what I want.
there's a camera set up.
Yeah. But that's
It's because I'm like the smartest guys here.
okay, okay.
Yeah, we do. Oh, Julian, where are your socks? I got a perfect number.
Whoa.
No chance you make it to the day without being dressed up.
Where?
No, Robbie's dressed up. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Wait, Julian. Has Robbie said Jen?
Yeah, there's a new guy in your block.
There we go.
There's a new guy in your block.
Haha.
A new one.
Oh, what a great time. Yeah. She's definitely one of them. Great time.
Hmm.
Nah.
Move back one. No, I need the chair. No, you have to get up from the chair. Up, stand, like, move it. Excellent. Because, of course, you have to do this lab, what? Sitting down. They're not the cleanest pieces. I would recommend you clean them a little bit. In the sink, put away the laptop, please. Laptop's away.
I'm looking for the phone type.
You're going to put away laptops. Put them in your bag. Over at the sink out there, there's a white basin. It's full of water and bleach. When you are done with this, that's where you put this. This will have your blood on it. And we want, so take it out there to the sink, clean it a little bit, and then put it in the bleach to sit so it's sterilized. These have all been sterilized. They're still not the cleanest. So if you want to take it out there and just clean it a little bit, you can. There's nothing bad on them in that they have been sterilized. But they have like dirt residue. There are 3 wells inside of these. Looks like a little, I wouldn't say a happy face, maybe a little surprised that it got poked today and a little bit of blood came out. But it does have, it is labeled A, B, and RH. So that helps you if you stay consistent with that. If you put the wrong one in the wrong well, it doesn't matter other than you need to remember that. You're going to get a handout where you can quickly jot down any details and answer any questions. And actually draw your results. And it also has some pictures of some. But rather than handing that out right away, because then all you do is look at it, I want to make sure everybody's doing it properly and doing it safely and doesn't panic. I have a little kit up here, one per person. It has one of those plates. It has something that you can use to stab yourself. And it has an isopropyl wipe just to sterilize the area. We don't have Band-Aids, it's not that big of a puncture. You will need 3 toothpicks. And it's important to have 3 because if you mix one and then you lift it up and mix the next one, you have now contaminated it with the anti-RH. And if, say, you are A negative and you mix the A first, then that would react, but as soon as you put it into the B, well, there's still A on there, and now that will react, and you'll carry it all the way through. Anything else from here? Nope. When you're done, grab some paper towel. This is a peroxide cleanser. Don't use it on the whiteboards. You can recognize these because they're yellow instead of blue. Wipe down your table completely and make sure that's clean. Any paper and bits, say from the, that doesn't have any blood on it or anything, can just go, or any paper and bits that has blood on it can go into here. You keep that all into one place and one source. The sharps, which is this, because even though the pin will be gone afterwards, it's still considered a sharp. It has blood products on it. That goes into the sharps waste in here, and so that gets tucked safely away. Questions so far? Okay, yes.
Is this a group thing?
This is in, you will need to be in pairs. You could also be in trios if you want to help each other. So set yourselves up. I just realized the other thing I recommend you get is a paper towel, just so you have a nice area to work with, and less cleanup to do afterwards. I also haven't used this camera since COVID, so who knows how well this is going to work.
And this type. Adjust it, it's kind of.
Yeah, I'm about to move it now. Oh,
wow.
there we go.
You should put it on top of the TV.
No, because I want it to see what I'm doing. Yeah,
You should get a cameraman.
I should. Finger. Oh, it's pretty big.
Do you want me to film that?
Pretty big. There. Oh. Okay. Have the bits on your paper towel. Oh, where did my little paper towel to cleanse myself with afterwards. That seems good enough. There we go. Okay, here's how you use one of these. First, take out this. The most dangerous part of the experiment is poking through your skin when it's still unclean. So wherever you're going to go, you want to make sure you clean that area off so it's sterilized. So I've taken the isopropyl wipe, cleaned off my finger, and just realized that maybe I should have gotten this ready first. This is why it's handy to have a partner. Twist off here. That comes off. And then on the side of this, you'll notice there are notches. The notches stand for how deep it's going to go. So there's really deep, and there's medium deep, and there's shallow. And it depends how thick your skin is. And my skin, people have been insulting me all day, so it's pretty thick. I'm going to put it on the maximum setting. Put it there, and then you just press. Oh, hold it. Again, helpful to have a partner. Where did I put down? There they are. We have a limited amount of this. We only have enough. We have one per class. And you need a single drop. So it's not that much, but it's more than enough. However, we can't have it being spilled or squirted. So when you're getting ready to go, call me over. I'll help. And I'll get these ready to go. So the blue is anti-A. The yellow, anti-B. And the clear is RH. So now, if I'm doing that one-handed afterwards, I might as well loosen them. The main danger is that I knock it over and spill it. Why is it not coming off? Come on. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Okay. Piece de resistance. The 3 toothpicks.
You should make it.
One drop of each. And right on the pad of my finger. And I press in. Makes a little click. And then I just roll the blood forward. Oh. This is in the picture. Oh. Here. I'm getting enders with my blood. That's a decent amount of blood. So I want to drop. Let's put that drop right there. Now I need more blood. Now that's our RH, so I'm going to put a drop of this in right away. One drop next to it, not right on top of it. And then, and this is where it's helpful to have a partner. You can mix it together with your toothpick. And while this is going on, it's useful to go back and forth like this, because your blood can clump in two ways. Number one, because of the anti-RH, but also just because it's coagulating, which is something the blood should do. There's B. What color was B again? Blue? Yellow? Yellow. Yellow, yeah, good. Well, good memory. One drop of B. Taking a different toothpick. Mixing it together. You don't need a whole heck of a lot. Some of this is for show. Oh, there we go. And then, come on, more. Get more blood. And now, if you don't want to do all of this, you could have another thing and then just poke yourself again. But, you know, where's the fun in that? There we go. And come on, a little bit of blood there. Yeah, that's enough. Anti-A. I think I told everybody to see if you could find out your blood type, and I just realized I've forgotten mine. I think I'm O positive, but I have it on a card somewhere in my wallet.
You just did, isn't the clear one
No, I'm doing A. I've already done RH. Did I say RH? No, I think I'm O positive in terms of. No, maybe I'm A positive. Oh, yeah. A positive. Rotate it back and forth. Already the results are fairly clear. Now, I can use this from before. Wind myself up a little bit. You notice also how hard it was to get the blood out. It's not a huge hole, and even on the deepest setting, it's not that deep. Get a bit of paper towel and be fine. But you can already see the results. So, on here, whoa, there we go. Nope. I don't know how to work a camera.
You bring it
See the one in your bottom right?
yeah.
Clear positive reaction. See the top two? That is actually on the left. Can I get it to focus? Focus! Focus! Maybe I have to bring it far away. Far away. Focus. And then close. Well, you can't see very well. But the left, you can kind of see it's blurry. It's really obvious in person here. You see the little like tiny bits. That's a positive reaction. It's not as strong as the other one, but it's clearly clumping. Whereas the one on the top right, it's really smooth, and it's staying fairly smooth. It doesn't have the same little bits. And so I am, according to this, then A positive. I have a reaction on A. I have a reaction on RH. No reaction on there. What can happen is that you, close it off for a second, put it in there and it sits for a minute, and then you add the stuff and it's sort of like all clumped together. And you don't have a reaction. You have a giant clump. It's clotted like it's trying to close a wound, as opposed to actually reacting with the compounds. So this, I'm actually quite pleased with that, because often if we have one that doesn't work that well, it's the RH. The RH worked decently well. You should get good results. So now, I would take all of this. This goes where? Sharks. And then I have all of this gunk. And this goes bucket. And then I have the actual slide with blood on it. That I'm going to take out there and wash it off in the sink and then put it into the bleach container. Okay, so I'm literally going to go do that, so I don't have it here. Hang on for a second.
Well, if it clumps up.
Unless it clumps up in the
All good. Okay. In addition, when you've got your blood sitting on the sample, we have some microscopes set up. Do not use them on the highest setting; they won't fit. But if you want to take a look at your blood underneath the microscope, you have an opportunity to do so before you wash it out. Are there any questions? Okay. So, in addition to the setup here, you're going to need 3 toothpicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I should have enough set up there. You really, really, really don't want to do it. You don't have to do it. You just saw mine. So, like, in that sense, you're done. But in another sense, it's kind of cool to stab yourself. Yeah.
How do you know what deepness setting to use?
Oh, the deepest.
Okay.
Always go all the way. Thank you very much. Okay. So, get your area set up. Grab your equipment. I have the factors here. When you're ready to go, call me over and I'll put a drop in each well. That was a brand new pack.
Do we wait for the
Yeah.
stabbing before we?
I'm just gonna put more. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Are those still good?
yeah,
Oh, okay. I was,
Have you spawned?
they're still good. There's just not much left. It's nice
Yeah.
to use it.
so I was gonna dispense it out, assuming that those might have been too old.
No, they're not
No,
too old.
not too old?
No,
Excellent, okay.
they're empty. Those are empty. But yeah.
The RH one is the one we always seem to have the fewest of.
Yes, that's true. Because they don't come. They started putting them in the same pack. Where in the past they've only sold the regular ones. You had to buy this one separate.
Separate.
Now it's
Now we're gonna go one pack. But these ones right there are brand new, so we don't
brand
need
new.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're dispensing.
Pardon?
You're dispensing.
Yeah, I was gonna go around and just pop one in each on one side of their well, and then when they get their blood ready, they can mix it together. Because I've run out before because somebody like spills it, and then we're like, oh, that's all the egg.
Just more. It's better if they put their blood in first.
Oh, okay.
Only because sometimes they like smear it on because they can't get it dropped.
Right.
So I'd say wait for their blood.
Blood first.
Dispense.
Is this too dirty?
If you want to get a paper towel, just get it a little bit white. They're all sterilized, but yeah, they might be a little grimy-ish. Clean your desk. It sounds like a good idea. Yep. You just need a chair to sit around.
Make sure they wear safety glasses because sometimes people
Ooh.
squirters.
I never thought of that. If I can get attention, can everybody immediately stop what they're doing and go get safety glasses? I was not aware of this, but there has been squirters in which they got blood in someone's eye.
Yay!
Go get safety glasses. Yep. Yeah, just give it a little white. You can take it to the sink, put a bit of water on it, clean it off. Yes. You're not feeling queasy, are you? Okay.
I was paper towels. I was with Jillian making the pool party.
I'm just hang out. Do you want help or would you like some professional help? Do you want me to stand to the side and just be a person?
Riley? What about if you saw Esther? No, it does. Oh, the representation is not how deep it goes. It's just it's not the scale. It doesn't go in that much. Yeah, it's just to tell you the different types of levels.
Do you think easier to go to the max level of it?
Can you what?
Wait, Mr. Neil, do you want me to fill this blood first?
No, you need a drop of blood.
Yeah,
Okay,
do you want me to put blood first?
blood first, then drop. Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. I'm scared.
Yep.
I'm scared.
I said no at the beginning of it.
This part of the end you turn off. The bottom purple part.
It's really
That needs to come off. The end, the purple end comes off. Not the whole end, just the protruding. Yep.
Yeah, boys, don't forget to listen to the area. Going in 3.
I didn't start first.
So, okay, Ken. Oh, we're in.
Well done. Is Pablo the person gets stabbed first? Gets stabbed? Yes. Blood first, then drop.
I'll get one finger with this and I'll get one finger next. You have no blood. You're not a squirter. Calm down, baby.
It's not hurt that much.
How many blood do I have? How much blood do I need? I'm not much of a squirter.
Mr. Neal.
Yeah, just make sure you can come to your
Coach, I'm ready. I'm ready for the league question.
Okay, which one? Might be. You'd like a drop, but which one? Hold it. When you read it, so you need
B, keep it going.
RH. Get your teeth fixed or mixing them in.
He's
This
Oh, you're
is
taking turns.
B.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's a terrible smear job. Look at the blood.
You need the other two.
Yes.
You can only do it one time. It's only one time. Well,
Don't use the same toothpick in each one. I usually have the same.
two, and you should be able to
Yep,
get
that's
enough
a,
blood
yep,
for one.
that's a routine function.
Pardon?
Pardon? I can't do it, but you can get someone else to do it. Anybody else need? Yeah, blood first. Blood just stab yourself, get a drop. Roll it up.
Oh, how did you do
Don't
that?
turn it off to the side, roll it up. And you may end up having to smear it on the scale. You're trying to get blood out, roll it up. You can always stab yourself again with a deeper puncture. Oh, I can. You can get a friend to do it for you. But as your teacher, I don't think I should stab you. Oh, yeah.
We want to see what you're doing.
Okay.
Hands off.
That's enough.
All right. Where's our ring? Go to it.
Here.
Just don't do it.
All right.
Oh, I guess you're not doing it?
Gaze, where's A?
This one.
I might be a squirter.
I squirted out blue.
I am not a squirter. What the? Yo, look at all bro. Oliver's a
There you go.
squirter.
Get do you have stuff in there? Yeah, that's more than enough. There you go. That seems to be a reaction already.
It is a big one.
Mr.
What blood type am I? It's this one.
Yep, get it on.
I actually dropped it.
I
Is
said
it
like
okay?
the least.
Put it in the trash. Is that what he said?
No, what?
We
You have so much blood on that one.
Bro, I'm out of blood, bro. I can't
Oliver,
even
you
get
can't
one.
even help you.
I can't even
Yeah,
get
I
one,
can
bro.
squirt it pretty good. I can squirt it.
They're rotten roots together.
There you go, Mr. Newfeld. Yeah.
You might want a little bit more. It might be.
I think I'm A positive.
Oh, I guess small.
Bro, this doesn't work.
A positive. Too much blood.
Yeah.
I get it on. I can't tell until it's on the side. You do like a small drop on each one of those rows.
Pablo, are you a squirter?
You can dab it on. Yeah, put in that spade.
That's enough.
There we go. Get that toothpick.
Get go.
Gonna go clean.
Oh, excellent. That is in our H, I think.
Wait, let me go. My turn. Sterilize fingers. Hey, what do I do?
I don't know.
Sterilize. Good
Oh.
job, Andrew. Good job.
Because red and blue makes kind of a purple sound.
Alright, I will put my pointer finger.
Yeah, oh, that's a good positive reaction. See how clumpy that is? That's a positive reaction. You were definitely type A. Yeah. You can tell all your teachers you're from an A. There's that being an A. Yep. Oh, yeah, which one you need?
Alright, yo, I'm
Okay,
there.
our H is right here.
So hard. It's so hard from Jacob.
And E is yellow.
Let's take a shot here. Like,
Where's the B?
There.
Mix them in with separate tidbits.
like a little.
Hey, hey, Jordan.
Anybody else need drops?
Yeah, like tell me please.
I didn't miss. Like there's like.
You need drops?
Yeah. So it kind of hurt.
Nice drop. Go. And
Okay,
what's
okay,
that one?
okay.
Is that B?
He's not getting nothing out of that.
Okay, you can always get more of another one. Do you need drops in there? Which one? That one? That is, it might be.
Like,
Let's go. A is blue.
I think you're A negative. I think you're A negative.
Here, I just did it. Here, can you
Look at that one.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh,
you're a scorer. He's a scorer.
baby of fun.
Alright, yeah.
Am I A positive?
Definitely.
Look at that. A positive.
Just
Yeah.
how much you give me?
You can always try a deeper puncture. Roll up.
That might not be enough.
Roll up, I find. Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, generally, it's supposed to try to spray to not
That looks good.
Yeah.
Should I do it now?
That's what I'm doing.
Pardon?
You know.
No. That is a single use. It won't work again. You throw it in the trash.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, in that container over there, there's a little box.
Mr. Jeffel, where's the where am I supposed to
That is,
So you go to the sink and rinse it off and put it in the bleach buckets if you're done.
I don't think
Here, anybody want
Lily.
Lily. On that name, does that look nice and
Oh,
funky?
thank you, Donna.
Yeah, that's fun.
Appreciate it. And
Does the RH have look nice and funky?
oh,
It does, big.
that's awesome.
Do we have clothes? No. So what type are you?
No, you kidding me.
Anybody need drops?
Ender does. He's a squirrel.
I love a squirter. I love a squirter.
RH.
Yeah, I mean, neither. I didn't break up.
Oh, that's okay, what about you?
Oh,
A,
son of squirter. Maybe it's son.
this is B. Where's B? Which one of those is labeled B? Can't tell from the second one. That one? There you go. Mix each one of those with a separate toothpick.
Last
There
one
you go.
checked, I was
Good.
2. I don't really know though.
Right that way. Straight that way.
Mama said that I was A.
The sink.
Just straight down.
Very good.
Yep. See where the bucket is over there? The pail? The little white pail?
How you doing?
Liam's not much of a squirter.
Ready? Push. Now, move it up. Excellent job.
In case there's a squirter over there.
Jojo's goggles.
Alright.
Oh, nice done.
No, I have like a fat
That is good. You can get a separate toothpick? Sure, mixing those. Yes,
I cannot tell. You're not a squirter.
Don't tell me I got a
Yeah.
I was
Pick up
I feel like I'm somehow reacting to all of the ones.
tell. I just can't tell.
That one I reacted to, you see how it's a low taper fade?
Dude, he's gonna mix it.
It's like all recessive. Or like AB positive.
No, you can only go that one now. I'm like 100% sure that I'm A though, so we need to
Because blue and red kind of make a purple.
Oh yeah, but I took
What I
it.
do is I rock them.
It's not really close.
As you can see, you definitely have a reaction in A. The RH, you see tiny clumps there, or is it smooth?
Whoa.
Then that's positive. And you see tiny clumps in that one, or is it smooth?
We're just like
If it's smooth, then you are A positive. I think A positive is the most common blood type. Oh, which ones don't have it?
What if I find
Do I put a drop in this? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Apparently I'm B, but I don't believe that because my
Rock them back and forth. Oh, you need drops?
Yeah, under. Under. Tell me when to stop.
If you use your
Positive.
make it like this.
Yeah. Just do it.
Is this drop?
Remember to use a separate. Sorry, you need some drops? Yep, you need to wear those.
Is it too
Yep.
dark?
Do you need drops?
I don't think it's necessary.
Sorry, that's RH.
Oh, wait. I didn't do
Wow.
this.
So you have. Okay, so recessive.
Take my eye out.
Recessive.
B negative. I am B negative.
Come on. Anybody else need drops?
Negative.
Recessive, recessive.
Oh, excellent. This is
Are you not a squirter?
B.
She's not a squirter.
Pablo, help him squirt. Help him squirt.
Okay, recessive.
What if I lick up one?
Recessive.
Rock it back and forth. You definitely have. No, but you can't see it unless you rock it, and then you see. I want you to tell me which one of those is called.
No blood comes out. Blood comes in.
Oh, have you already given you drops? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So that.
No, in the middle, in the middle. Oh, like,
Why is my
Like my brother and my dad.
There you go. You need drops?
you can
We did it 5 times.
Pushing will keep her. I'll get another one for you. No, I'll get another one for you.
Yeah.
Rocking back and forth. You know yours is right. Right, so help. You go there, diagnose. Do you need more of these?
I'm not sure what I think. Yeah. I can get it for you. There, I think I'm already.
You already know that.
Yeah.
Push positive or
That's
negative.
one of them. There's most people, I haven't seen an RH negative result yet. Did you?
I'm negative. I would like to be negative. And there's this B negative.
Julian, careful with that. Don't like have it here and tilting. Just because we don't want blood all over the place. Nobody else need drops? Rocket back and forth. Okay, yeah, do you think you're alright? Has that one react? Is that one? So,
Donate to people. You can only get blood from a one.
but you can also get from O negative. It might be number 2. I think an A positive and an O positive.
I'm pretty sure you won and then he cashed out.
I thought it was A positive, but I could be wrong.
Supposedly it changes.
But it also depends different.
I'm like nothing.
Like Canada is a.
That won't be my fault.
Okay, did you do the fourth one?
But I'm curious. Hello, everyone. Huh?
Oh, never mind, he has a little bit of split left in her.
Yeah, even I can make
It's
myself.
okay. You don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, you're really.
You seem a little, like quite a little. A little? No? You may be fooling me just because you're smiling in a nervous way, saying, please make the,
Hey, look at our bleeding patterns.
giving me peer pressure go away. I will take this
Yeah,
away
you're looking
then.
at balls.
Miss Valerie, I
I need the liquid.
Well, you can.
No, every time I get my blood drawn, I like.
It was entertaining.
I need.
We would be able to practice our first aid in the
I need the liquid.
Yeah, you would actually be helpful to everybody. Yeah.
What did you get? I need the liquid.
Oh, okay.
I need I'm getting lightheaded, bro. I push on so much.
Are you actually? Can you go to Hellshine right now?
Pablo, what are you?
I'm over.
Okay.
He's out for the next season. He's too sick. He's lightheaded because he scored too much.
H.
Why does
Hey.
it look like so little blood?
It's just whether or not,
Lucas just probably was a pretty good scorer.
Hey.
Hey, Julian, I had very little blood, so I pushed all of it out.
it also
I made- I made
difference in
it.
how
I
really just have it up there.
I had a really big score. I had a really big score. I did. Look at this.
Okay,
Look how much score was there.
Like that
that's so much.
Wait, why is this one so much darker than the
I
other?
realized it was B negative.
So blue plus red makes kind of a purpley red.
You know what I knew it was really B negative before he told me? If I look at his blood test.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, my mom said that I'm
All the bits that are paper go in here, sharps in here, and then take the little plastic thing, rinse it off, and in the bucket with bleach out there.
You don't look fair.
You're just not.
You ready? Oh.
I am. I know it is.
Oh yeah.
Are you positive?
I'm
or negative?
Sigma negative.
I am.
That's what I am.
Are you going positive or negative? Have you done for all?
Yeah.
You're negative.
Oh, in the bucket out there, in the blue bucket.
Hey, no, it's very
Oliver.
sick. Noob, he's O negative.
Go ahead. And you've had a drop in each one?
I know I'm O. I don't drop me.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a reaction in the RH.
O negative.
Oh, hold it.
I'm not. Oh, I can see it now.
I think it's starting to react now.
Is it
Yeah,
O
I think it might
positive?
be O positive. Yeah, can you see it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely. Also, after all that, I forgot to give you your lab. And everybody just, my instructions were so good, you just knew what
I'm
to
all
do.
negative, coach.
We're gonna do the quiz today where it's like that.
Are there questions on this lab?
Have you done the quiz?
Okay, I'm going to.
Like for the genetic.
Oh, I haven't assigned the genetics quiz yet.
Okay. You told me that.
I didn't tell you there was a quiz. I did not play the
Riley probably did tell you that.
You told yourself that there was a quiz and
Right.
made me believe that there was a quiz.
Oh, I'm O positive.
And is that the same result that you got?
No, no.
I think so.
Excellent. What are you doing?
George, you look so awesome.
You just said it.
Okay, have you wiped down your table in there? Okay.
Liam, what do you got?
AB positive. Because the last one just straight back in.
Yes.
I think you should.
I didn't do
Yeah.
the lab.
I think on the microscope, it looked like B almost cupped a little bit, but not really. I think that's just because.
So you're looking at it under the microscope. The test is made for the naked eye. So yeah, you'll see tiny bits.
You even don't know your blood
Your
type.
A definitely reacts.
Okay, it's not
Okay,
my
so
fault. I
definitely-
asked.
Yeah, but and over time, it's just gonna start clumping.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, the longer you leave it, the more you'll see it regardless.
okay, thank you.
I asked.
What
Uh,
if I
now-
didn't do the?
For the three of you here,
Yeah.
you haven't done the lab. You saw my results, right?
Yeah.
You can just use those.
No.
Or you can just make up results.
Okay.
So for, you can decide in advance, I wanna make this person O negative, A positive, and you just draw the results. And you can see all the different types you could possibly get up here. Well, not all the different types, but you can pick from these and say, oh, I wanna make O positive, then that means I would have to have this with one of those. Because this is RH.
Yeah.
That's B, those are two positive B reactions,
Oh, I
that's A, two positive
Yeah.
A's. This is just a control that they added a drop of water to.
I'm O positive.
That one?
Yeah.
It's O
And
positive,
D,
must AB
some people use D instead of RH.
Oh. Okay. I will assume I'm O positive.
I don't even know. I asked my mom and she said that she forgot.
You would literally have to dig somewhere, probably find your birth certificate and stuff.
Like they don't know where They don't know when I was born either.
What?
Yeah.
Like time or day?
They know the day sometimes.
Excellent.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
My dad's really foggy on that.
It's a stressful time for parents.
That's it.
What's the rear?
Look it up.
Sometimes that look.
Right here, right here. You just put it back in the container. Oh, there's fine. Yeah.
I mean, I drew anti-EA for
I'm not so negative. Oh, positive.
I wanna see the.
No. How would I do that?
I did it on PowerPoint. Oh, you on PowerPoint?
You-
And I raised my head and I looked at it.
Oh, it- yeah. Oh, you're right. It's O positive.
So what's the O negative? Is the most?
So the most common types, according to the Canadian Blood Services, I was incorrect. A positive is number 2. They're 3% difference. So rough 39 have O positive, 36 A positive, then B positive, 7% with O negative, then A negative, AB positive, B negative, and then AB negative. 0.5%. If you're AB negative, you are 1 out of 200.
So why like O is the most common one, but why is recessive?
Why is what?
Recessive.
Why? Oh, why is it recessive?
Yeah.
It just is recessive. Like if you have either gene, you have it. I do not think that there's any selection factor that would make A or B better than O. So that would be an example of just random drift. Like it just so happens there's a lot of people who type O, and if there are, it will keep going. So that means probably a lot of the people who are type A are like AO, not AA in terms of their genes. Yeah.
I got no positive.
Is in your blood?
Is there anybody still testing their blood? Okay. And there's Julian's. If you can clean up, get your sharps in the sharp container. Stuff that isn't your slides into the garbage pail. And then wipe down, spray down, and clean up your things.
I'm AB.
Right there.
I could receive positive or negative.
Thank you very much.
Negative.
You okay? Well, the 3 abstainers, you fairly positive they were going to think, so that's fair.
Because
Leave everything out for your
Yeah.
third block.
Third block, there should be nobody here in a second. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, we have more. Oh, I put one on your desk today. Oh, there's stack right there.
Okay, and do you have enough for later?
These, I think this is up. I'm gonna put this back in the fridge, and because these are the 3 that I opened today.
You can keep these out for like
Oh,
for the
they
morning.
won't-
They're
they
not
won't,
going to go
okay.
bad. No. Okay.
I am still remembering. We wouldn't always reorder new stuff. We'd be using stuff that was a year or two old.
Okay.
And so I would keep it in the fridge at every second because in the belief that it would make a difference if I kept it going. No. Okay.
What's the meaning of like positive and negative? It's like RH.
That's the RH factor.
So how is gonna like affect the blood type?
If you are positive for it, you just have it. If you're negative for it, you don't have it.
For example, like I'm O positive.
Right.
Like I can still give my blood to like A negative. Is that that?
No, because you're positive.
So positive.
Positive can't give to positive. So, this is a really good.
Wait, you can A positive give blood to.
So, using now your knowledge of genetics and blood typing, I need a volunteer for their blood type.
Yeah.
I'll do mine.
There.
Me?
Oh,
Sure.
Positive.
O positive. So,
A positive.
if you are O positive, who can you give blood to?
Every positive blood type.
Right. So that would be, you can give to A positive, you can give to B positive, and you can give to AB positive. Someone else? Who can they? Someone else? Who can they not give blood to?
Any negative.
Any negative?
Any negative? Nice repeat. So cannot. I'll put a little X in that. Cannot give to A negative, B negative, AB negative, or O negative. So they can donate to quite a few. If you looked on the chart, a lot of people are RH positive, so there's still a lot of people that they can give blood to. But if someone has never seen, if their immune system has never seen the RH factor before, they can't give it to it. Who can give them blood?
O positive.
Pardon?
O positive.
O positive? O negative. Because O negative doesn't have it, so that's perfectly fine.
So O can just give to anyone?
O, not, if we're going to include the RH factor, what kind of O can give to anybody?
O negative.
O negative. So O negative is the universal donor. And this is what, not donaire, donor. What would be the universal acceptor?
AB positive.
AB positive. Anybody have a blood type they'd like to work out who they could donate to? And yes.
A positive.
So you have A positive.
I already forgot what I am.
So A positive. Who can you donate to?
A positive and A negative.
You cannot. You can donate to A positive. You cannot donate to A negative. Anybody else? No, that's pardon? That's it. That's all you can donate. Now, who can you receive from? A positive. No AB. No B. A negative. O negative. O positive. Because you recognize the positive, so you can include those. If the negative just means you don't have it, so you can still take those. And you recognize type A, so you can have both A and O. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anybody else have a blood type they want to double check? Yeah.
I am O positive, I think.
Oh, didn't we do that one?
I don't know.
O positive. So you type O. So O is like you don't have A or B, so you can donate essentially to any of them, but they have to also be positive.
Okay, so if they're negative, then
So if they're negative, you can't. Yep. B positive. So if you have B positive, Who can you donate to? If you donate to O, they'll react against your B, because it's never seen B before. B positive? AB. You could donate to AB because AB positive? AB positive? Because it knows what A is, you don't have A, but it knows what B is, so anybody else? Nope, that's it. Who can you receive from? B positive? Not AB positive. And the reason is because you cannot receive A. So that's verboten. Pardon? O positive? Yep. Pardon? No, there's more. Because positive means you recognize it, but you can also have all the ones that don't have it. So if you can have, because you're positive, you can take from B positive, but you could also take from B negative. They just don't have the RH factor. You could also take from O negative, universal donor. Does that make sense?
What would I have for B negative? Do I say for all negatives, or is it just A negative?
So yeah, so if you're B negative, you cannot receive from anybody who's,
Are you waiting on me?
yeah. Like if you're RH negative, just consider the negative one. Anybody who's positive. So all the positive ones are gone. You can't have any of those. So who are you asking who you can receive from?
Yeah.
So who can you receive from?
A?
Nope, you don't know what A is. Your body would react with A.
O negative.
You can receive from O negative. And? Nope, you don't know what positive is. B negative. You can get your own blood type. Anybody else? That's it. That's it. Now you can donate to who? What can recognize B? What's fine with B? B negative? B positive? Because it doesn't, you don't have it, but B positive doesn't care. So AB positive, AB negative, and that's it. Yeah? Two questions. First question.
So for the, he can give to B positive, but he can't receive from B positive.
Right. Because if you receive from B positive, like if B positive gave it to you, your body doesn't know what the RH factor is. You don't have it. So it will react against it and clot your blood.
But B positive knows
But
B negative.
but B positive, if it gets it from B negative, negative just means you don't have it. There's nothing to react to, so it doesn't matter. And it knows what B looks like, so that part's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, when you go and give blood, how long, like, can the blood be stored for?
Oh, I'd have to look that up. That might be on the webpage. I was just there. A reasonable amount of time, not forever. Where's the webpage? Was it there? Let's see if it says least common. All blood types are important.
Because doesn't your blood need to go through, like, your heart or something? Like, doesn't...
No, they add a compound so it doesn't coagulate, and they can store it in a fridge for a reasonable amount of time. It's probably on here. Not on this page. Blood. My eligible. What's my blood type? Donation. Malaria. Sickle cell. Recognition. Building diversity. Sign language. I don't see one specifically about that. About some questions, but I can look it up.
Also, when you go and give blood, how much do you give? Like, how much can you give?
It's a little package like about that. It's like
Oh,
a
so not
pint,
much.
like 500 mils.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we have focused solely on A, B, and O, and it is true that that is the vast majority. But as it has on here, and I think I mentioned once, there are other ones. They're extremely rare, but there's about 300 different types. A variety of different areas in Africa will have more of those types, simply because that was the birthplace of humanity, so that is where the highest genetic diversity is. And then the people who migrated and went elsewhere took away portions, and we lost some genetic diversity there. But there are people in the world that have some extremely rare blood types. If it turns out you have one of those, the Canadian Blood Services would really like to have your number, and they would like to suck some blood out of you on a semi-regular basis. Mostly because you want to know if you have that type of blood, and you want them to have your number. You want them to also have somebody else's number that has that type of blood. Because if you're in an accident, you need their blood, and if they're in an accident, they need yours. And so finding out your exact, this is not that exact. If you have an extremely rare blood type, we don't have 300 different samples to figure that out. Odds are you don't, but you could. So it is useful to know your blood type if you ever need to do that. And it was also asked, how long? How do I attest it? How do I find? If I have a rare, do my siblings also have rare? How often can I donate? How often can I donate? Every 8 to 12 weeks. 2 to 3 months. What if I cannot donate? What if my test results show I don't have rare blood? Okay. You don't have to have rare blood, Mr. Special. Any other questions? I'll look up how long it can be stored. That question was asked. So you have this class to work on the lab, so finish off the lab. You are to draw your blood type, the results in there, and then answer the questions. And you also have time to finish off the worksheet, which, if you haven't gotten it yet, looks like this. Is there anybody that doesn't have it? And I'll be posting a quiz date based on the worksheet. Pardon? They are not. I said I'd be in here working away yesterday, and it turns out I spent most of the time answering emails. It doesn't say who their mother is, but they know their blood type. Their mother's blood type actually would have known. Yes. You didn't have one?
I was not here.
Sorry, I didn't see your hand up. Should have brought it over.
Hey, did you hear me, Ophelia? What I did is, I used to like prepare KO or KORBO. So I just did some those. I know that those ones are.
Maybe they're because
So I was doing the ones I know is small. It's like you can tell immediately what it is. If it doesn't know.
Yeah, either of them are good.
Yeah, so
Just like
I will just get you like a
On the website for Canadian Blood Services, there's a chart that can tell you who you can receive and give to, which could answer all of your questions if you weren't able to work it out.
Can you go back to the chart?
Oh, if you are RH negative, you are considered the golden blood type, regardless of whether you're A, B, or O. Because it's rare, they want your blood. You are golden. Does anybody know what age you have to be in order to donate?
18.
17 in Canada. So 17th birthday, you can show up on their doorstep. Well, they'd like you to make an appointment first. If you show up, oh, and don't do what I did. You'll get arrested. So they said they wanted you to donate blood. So I brought them blood. They didn't want it in a bucket. Apparently. So. Make up your mind.
Did you actually do that?
You're the worst, though. You're the most common.
Okay, you know what?
I have the least, I have the least. Wow. You can only give it to B negative. It's positive.
Oh,
I'm not here.
I don't know if this is still an instinct, but when you think of giving blood, is there any particular organization you think of? Oh, you're reading off the board. I'm saying, did you have an idea before you
Partners
walked
for
in?
life.
It might be now too old. Does anybody know why Canadian Blood Services exists? Because it used to be the Red Cross.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because Switzerland.
Pardon?
Because Switzerland.
No? No. Nothing to do with Switzerland. The historical, this is going to turn a little bit into social studies class. Historically, in the 80s, having grown up in the 80s, it was a big deal. We had an incredibly fearful disease running around where we really didn't know how people were getting it or what the dangers were. What was the disease? AIDS. It was called AIDS because we just described the symptoms, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. All we knew is that some people, their immune system just collapsed and then they died. And we had no idea how you got it. We eventually linked it to sexual activity. You could spread it that way. They eventually found the virus. So HIV is the virus that causes AIDS. But our blood services, obviously, if you give blood and you're HIV positive, and at the time we didn't know, and you put it in, then anybody who received blood was now at risk. And if you're in a car accident, you could receive multiple units of blood. And so they did figure out that whatever is happening, it's in our blood supply. The Red Cross knew that, and then started diverting what they thought were suspect samples, even once they could test for it, because it would be a lot to give up all those samples and test them, and putting them into poorer areas to just kind of use them up, even though they knew they were suspect and likely HIV positive in cases. Led to a huge investigation, and essentially we said, Red Cross, you're in the naughty quarter, you're never allowed to do this again, and they invented the Canadian Blood Services, so they had ethical guidelines, and there is so that we could construct a system that was answerable to the Canadian health system. And so the Red Cross is not allowed to do that anymore in Canada, because they literally gave blood they knew was infected to poor people. And so that's how we got, so if you've heard of the Red Cross in Canada collecting blood, they got in a lot of trouble for it. This is also why when you go in there, they'll ask you a lot of really intrusive questions, like, when was your last time you went to this country, you had close, intimate relations with someone, and what they're doing is they're trying to figure out, is your blood supply at risk? There are probably diseases that we know of today, that we don't know of today, that are in our blood supply. That's probably a fact. Because there's always diseases we don't know of, and it's a risk every time you get blood. So they want to make sure that whatever blood they get is just low risk regardless of what's there. Yeah.
Do you get paid?
Who get paid?
If you give them blood, you get paid.
No. In Canada,
You get paid for using sperm?
so for example, I'm gonna backtrack that and then fill in a little bit. Everybody, I think when I talk about, and especially in science and ethics, and I would talk about, what if this happened, someone would say, oh, I would sue and I'd get millions of dollars. Not in Canada. Canada, your limbs and your body and your life is considered priceless. It is beyond value. That means you can't get value for it. So, for example, if you, in the process of this lab, didn't follow instructions, stabbed yourself, and lost, your whole arm. Like, it was a weird mishap, you stabbed yourself, your arm fell off, and it was entirely my fault, because I should have told you not to remove your arm while doing the experiment. But you could sue the school, but what you would get would be on the basis of what is your earning loss over your lifetime because you don't have an arm. If you were planning to become a doctor, that would be factored in. They would look at all the different scenarios, and then they would add a bit on top because it is, you know, a quality of life thing, and they would add some money for that. But that's it. It's not worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. It's worth what you would have lost. Same goes for blood. If you give blood, they don't pay you because it is a priceless gift. So you give blood because it's the right thing to do. What they have shown, country by country, is that countries that don't pay donors for blood often have higher donations and a better blood supply. If you pay people for blood, you tend not to get the people who are giving out of the goodness of their heart, because now it's something you get paid for. And what do they pay you? $50? It's not worth your time. And then you get the people who really need $50 and are willing to like lie about the last time they gave blood, and are perhaps not and willing to lie on questionnaires in order to get paid. So the ethical system seems to create a better blood supply, but it also comes from Canada's fundamental position in law that it's priceless. Yeah.
So if you did lose an arm
Yeah.
from like this
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
can't you just say that you were gonna be like a professional baseball player?
You could say, oftentimes when an accident happens, it happens like to an adult, and they already have a profession, and that will have an ongoing medical and work cost.
But like,
And yourself, if you say, I'm going to be the world most famous world soccer player, they would look and go, yeah, okay, and then they would figure out something reasonable. I mean, maybe you would have, but odds are gonna come into play. If that was one of your dreams, there's gonna be some amount of compensation because you were in soccer, you were doing things. That's a dream that's been crushed, but it's not going to be like they're gonna give you $1 billion and walk away. The suing part in another country. There's another country south of the border from us. I don't know where it's from. And that actually, in many cases, is how they pay for the medical system. Because when you get injured, not everybody has the insurance to pay for it, so they have to sue for large amounts. And then lots of cuts are taken by the lawyers and medical involved to help pay for things, so you actually do need higher settlements. In Canada, I mean, how many here have seen Breaking Bad? Right, and would it be interesting to watch the Canadian version? The Canadian version would be like, hey, you've got cancer. Like, oh, what do I do? Oh, you get treatment. And then you'd be like, okay. And then he would get treatment while being a chemistry teacher. He wouldn't have to make meth for to pay for his medical treatment. Yes. Anders?
I'm pretty sure Trailer Park Boys is the equivalent to.
Trailer Park Boys? Actually, Trailer Park Boys is probably the equivalent, yeah. But they're doing it mostly for fun. That's very Canadian.
How much you get paid for doing things for
Hmm?
How much you get paid for doing things for
That's not a part of our medical system. That's a pure donation to a private company who is helping people with reproductive things. People are paying for that. So that's not in our medical system.
You ballpark it?
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
I
And I think you might be a little disturbed if I knew right off the bat how much you could get paid
I
for
wouldn't be
that.
surprised if. I wouldn't be surprised. There's gotta be like VIP agencies
Yeah.
with
High quality.
celebrities that want to have a baby.
How much,
We didn't have to get lawyers.
if you're interested in different medical systems around the world, I highly recommend, go to Wikipedia has a list of like where the highest life expectancy is, the countries with the lowest amount of homelessness, and what countries are doing a good job. Canada's not great. I think we were recently voted something like best place to live.
Best place?
Yeah. Or third or something. I always like this one. Homelessness by country. Whoa. No. I want the Wikipedia one that I can sort. List of sovereign states by homeless population. And can I sort it?
Zero. Wait, is that average down?
Vatican City.
Probably
Homelessness daily year. Homelessness per 100,000. That's not a bad one. Where's Cuba? Cuba's not even on that. Oh, it's by sovereign state. That's why.
Where am I supposed to find this stuff?
Now, where's...
Where's Canada?
Oh, no, switch the rules to 6.
It says compare second, right?
Um,
This one, right?
now, you notice that some of them have the word claim by them. And I wish I found the wrong article. I find this interesting to do. Because they just claim and they don't necessarily allow people in to check in any particular way. Cuba is under a variety of embargo-like things, so it doesn't appear in this list. It's not considered a sovereign state. However, if I could find the list with Cuba, it also has something very close to zero. And in that case, they can be checked. And it is very close to zero. Cuba has, in large amounts, solved the homelessness problem. You are required to have a place to live. They will find you one. Relatives are required to take you in if you can. There is not this attitude that we can kick family out if we have room. Is not as prevalent. They have a much more inclusive culture in terms of what they do, and they've managed to do that on that basis. Their medical system is also quite good. And a lot of people have different views. Canada was down...
60 something.
Yeah.
66.
How's the US higher?
The numbers that are useful to compare is not the total numbers. It's homelessness per 10,000. The homelessness per 10,000. Because if you have a bigger population, obviously you would have more homelessness necessarily. So you want to compare them on an equal basis. And what countries are doing better than us, what countries are doing worse than us. We like to compare ourselves south of the border. United States, 19.5 as of 2023. And then you can go in there and look at, a good one to look at if you're interested in healthcare is infant mortality rates. Infant mortality rates tell you a lot about the healthcare of the country, just on that statistic alone, because that has to have care for the mom during the whole pregnancy. There's a lot of intensive stuff that goes on with that. Okay. You have some homework to do? Oh, are you completely done? Thank you for at least being in the room and putting up with it. All of these include an explain.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So you know that. But other than that, good. Do you have the explain part? I would suggest, because they are similar, requires more of an explanation. Oh, keep that.
Okay, I need to explain that to you.
And you need to explain.
Isn't that
Explain.
enough? I think that's the
Oh, not those. Sorry. Not those. These. Who could you receive? Just explain.
I explained a lot.
Oh, that looks like lots of explanation. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll accept that one.
Mr. Neufeld.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I heard before, like, parents cannot give their blood to their children, right?
Parents cannot give their blood to their children?
And children can give blood to their parents.
Why not?
Unless both your parents are O. Unless both your parents are O.
I mean, if your parent was type O negative and you're type O negative, like yes, your parents could give. You might be thinking,